One of the things I focus on a lot, and I ask all of my guests to do at some point during these conversations, is to tell me a story of a chance encounter that you had at some point in your career. It could be personally or professionally, but a chance encounter that really impacted you or them or both. Do you have something for us?
So funny. So thank you. You'd sent me that note in advance and I couldn't think of anything. So I asked my son, because he happens to be home today, I said, come read this email with me. And we read it together. And I said, I can't come up with someone who by chance, of chance encounter, changed my life. And he said, well, mom, you've changed so many people's lives. And I wasn't thinking of it that way. And I said, oh, that's a great example. Okay, I've got it now. Thank you. So the first thing when he said that to me that came to mind, it was a year ago. I get delivery sometimes. I live in a condo in Miami, and I had ordered delivery for my son and I, and the delivery man came, and I had seen him a few times before, and he just looked terrible. And I said to him, are you okay? And he said, no, I am working 3 jobs. I really don't get to sleep very much. It's this grind. I can't take it anymore. And I said, hang on a second. And I ran in my house and I got my book and I brought it out and I gave it to him. And I said, listen, I've been where you are. I get what, being run down and feeling like you don't know which way to turn. Please, if you can, try to read this book, take a breath and think about what changes can you make in your life to get you out of the situation, because there are things you can do. Don't just give up and keep going down this road. This is not, that's not going to be a successful journey. He said, okay. The same day, I go downstairs. Again, I live in a building, and there's a woman that works in my building downstairs. Same thing. She doesn't look good. And it was holiday time. It was around the holidays. And I said, are you okay? And I only did this because I just had this other exchange. And she said, I'm really hurting. And I said, what's going on? She said, I'm not making enough money. I'm working 2 jobs, not 3. And she said, I just feel tired all the time. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't know what to do. I ran upstairs. I got my book. I brought it down to her and I said, do me a favor when you can over the holidays, whenever, please read this book and decide to take action to change your life, whatever it's going to be. But don't just give up and live this life unhappy and tired. That is no way to live. And I promise you, I know, because I've been there. I've been in that ditch. I've been on food stamps. I've been there. So I get it. And I can speak with experience. You have to take charge and take action and take your life a different road. And this is a roadmap for you. Okay, so fast forward, I think it was 6 weeks later, I come into my building one day and the woman's there and she's resigning. And she said, I want to tell you something. I read your book. And what I did was I went to both companies I work for and I told them both the same thing. While I like being here and I like working with you, I am not making enough compensation to have it be a sole income. I'm having to split myself amongst 2 companies. It's not good for my health. I don't feel happy. I need to make a decision and go to the company that wants me to be there 100% and is willing to compensate me fairly for that. I'd like it to be here. She did the same pitch to both employers. The place I work said no, but the other one said yes. And they more than doubled her pay or whatever it was so that she didn't have to work 2 jobs anymore. So that was a really interesting solution she came up with on her own, after reading the book about how can I change this dynamic that I'm currently in. She was so grateful. It made me so happy, so proud of her. It was unbelievable. Fast forward a couple weeks later, that delivery guy came again. And wouldn't you know, he looked terrible and he was complaining. And I said, I have to ask you a question. If you're still not feeling well, now this is more than a month ago, did you ever read the book? Did you ever sit down and develop a plan for yourself, how you're going to change things? And he said, no, I didn't. I just don't have time. And that was a really powerful moment for me to see how incredibly in charge we all are, given the same tools that some of us will just decide it's not worth it. I'm not worth it. I'm not hopeful. I don't think that there's, information out there that can help me, and how some of us are willing to go all in and give something a shot and see the difference in outcome.